Okay, good morning students. Welcome to second year department. Today class thyroid carcinoma, that is endocrinology 8th unit. Okay, introduction about thyroid gland. And before going to thyroid carcinoma or thyroid cancer, we have to know about the thyroid gland, that is where it is situated, what type of hormones it producing, because of why we are developing these thyroid cancers, like that. Okay, the thyroid gland is a gland in the neck. Thyroid cancer is a common type of cancer. It accounts for 1 to 5% of all cancer cases worldwide. As medical technology advances, more cases of thyroid cancer are being diagnosed early. The earlier treatment begins, the better the chances of a cure. Most cases of thyroid cancer are curable with the treatment. It produces thyroid hormones called thyroxine and triiodothyronine. These hormones are very important and help control the body's metabolism. The thyroid gland also produces calcitonin. This helps control the amounts of calcium and phosphate salts in the body. The level of calcitonin is raised when medullary thyroid cancer is present. Okay, this is about introduction of thyroid gland. It is a gland in the neck. These thyroid cancers are very common cancers. It accounts 1 to 5% of all cancer cases worldwide. Okay, nowadays medical technology is advances. Because of that reason, the cancer are being diagnosed early. Okay, the earlier treatment begins, the better the chances of a cure. Most cases of thyroid cancers are curable with treatment. Then already we are discussed in previous classes about what type of thyroxine, T3, T4 and TSH. Then, okay, the thyroid gland is a butterfly-shaped organ located in the neck anterior to the trachea. It hormones regulates basal metabolism, oxygen use, nutrient metabolism, the production of ATP and calcium homeostasis. They also contribute to protein synthesis and the normal growth and development of body tissues, including maturation of the nervous system and increase the body sensitivity to catecholamines. The thyroid hormones triiodothyronine T3 and thyroxine T4 are produced and secreted by the thyroid gland in response to thyroid stimulating hormone from the anterior pituitary. Synthesis of amino acid derived T3 and T4 hormones requires iodine. Insufficient amounts of iodine in the diet can lead to goiter, cretinism and many other disorders. Okay, in first slide also we are discussed about thyroid gland. Here very clearly discussed that it is a butterfly shaped organ. It is located in the neck, that is anterior part of the trachea. What type of these thyroid hormones regulate the basal metabolism, oxygen use, nutrient metabolism and the production of ATP and calcium homeostasis. They also contribute to protein synthesis and they will maintain the normal growth and development. This T3, T4 and T4, the thyroid hormone gland secretes thyroid hormones like T3 and T4. Okay, these hormones are secreted by the TSH stimulating the thyroid hormone. Because of this reason, this pituitary gland secretes these thyroid hormones. Okay, insufficient amounts of iodine in the diet may lead to goiter, cretinism and many other disorders. Then definition of the thyroid cancer. It is an abnormal proliferation of cells of thyroid gland. If there is a normal cells, the person they cannot develop thyroid cancer. It is a abnormal proliferation of cells. Because of that reason, the persons may develop this thyroid cancers. Types: papillary carcinoma, follicular carcinomas, medullary carcinomas and anaplastic carcinomas. Okay, what 4 types? Okay, first of all, what is papillary carcinoma? It is the most common type of thyroid cancer. Approximately 80% of cases, the person diagnosed with this papillary carcinomas. Papillary carcinomas are slow growing, differentiated cancers that develop from follicular cells and can develop in one or both lobes of the thyroid gland. This type of cancer may spread to nearby lymph nodes in the neck, but it is generally treatable with a good prognosis. Papillary carcinomas are very common type of carcinomas, accounting for approximately 80%. But here disadvantage means these are very slow growing. Because of that reason, we cannot identify these carcinomas, and not aggressive, very slow growing, but both lobes of thyroid gland can develop this papillary carcinomas. Because of that modern technology, we can treat this papillary carcinomas, but we are diagnosed in a correct time. But prognosis is very good. Then a follicular carcinoma is the second most common type of thyroid cancer and accounts for approximately 1 out of 10 cases. It is found more frequently in countries with an inadequate dietary intake of iodine. Follicular carcinoma is also a differentiated form of thyroid cancer. In most cases, it is associated with a good prognosis, although it is somewhat more aggressive than papillary cancer. Follicular carcinomas do not usually spread to nearby lymph nodes, but they are more likely than papillary cancers to spread to other organs like the lungs or the bones. Follicular carcinomas. Follicular carcinomas is the second most common type of thyroid cancers and accounts for approximately 1 out of 10 cases. It is found more frequently in countries with inadequate dietary intake of iodine. What is follicular carcinoma? Papillary carcinoma is the first type of carcinoma. Follicular carcinoma is the second most common type of thyroid cancer. Okay, they accounts for approximately 1 out of 10 cases. Okay, inadequate dietary intake of iodine may lead to develop follicular carcinomas. But this carcinoma's prognosis is good, but it is very somewhat aggressive than papillary carcinomas, because papillary carcinomas have slow growth, whereas these follicular carcinomas are somewhat aggressive than papillary carcinomas. They are usually not spread to lymph nodes, but they are more likely than papillary cancers to spread to other organs like the lungs or the bones. Then medullary thyroid carcinoma. Okay, C cells in the thyroid gland and is more aggressive and less differentiated than a papillary or follicular carcinomas. What are the medullary thyroid carcinomas? Ante these carcinomas develops from C cells in the thyroid gland and is more aggressive and less differentiated than papillary or follicular cancers. Approximately 4% of all thyroid cancers will be of the medullary subtype. These cancers are more likely to spread to lymph nodes and other organs compared with the more differentiated thyroid cancers. They also frequently release high levels of calcitonin and carcinoembryonic antigen, which can be detected by blood test. Anaplastic carcinomas. Anaplastic carcinoma is a more undifferentiated type of thyroid cancer, meaning that it looks the least like normal cells of the thyroid gland. As a result, it is very aggressive form cancer that quickly spreads to other parts of the neck and body. It occurs in approximately 2% of thyroid cancer cases. Okay, anaplastic carcinoma is the rare carcinoma, but it is very aggressive form. But approximately 2% of thyroid cases we can identify, 2% only. But it is very aggressive and it spread to the other glands, like parts of the neck and body, other parts of the neck and body. But these are the types of thyroid cancers: papillary carcinoma, follicular carcinoma, medullary thyroid carcinoma, anaplastic carcinomas. Then causes: iodine deficiency, that is taking less iodine deficiency diet, the TSH level and considered goitrogenic. Thyroiditis or Hashimoto's disease may develop into a form of cancer called lymphoma. External radiation, increased age, nuclear power plant accident, food source contaminated with radioactivity, radioactive iodine concentrated in the thyroid gland. These are the causes of thyroid carcinomas: iodine deficiency, thyroiditis, external radiation, increased age, nuclear power plant accident, food source contaminated with radioactivity, radioactive iodine concentrated in the thyroid gland. Then clinical features: a lump in the neck, sometimes growing quickly, swelling in the neck, pain in the front of the neck, sometimes going up to the ears, hoarseness or other voice changes that do not go away, trouble swallowing, trouble breathing, a constant cough that is not due to a cold. What are the clinical features? A lump in the neck. We are very careful about these clinical features. We are observed in any person, like our neighbors or in our families, otherwise in our community. We can help the person to go for regular medical checkup. At that time they will diagnose. If it is benign, it is no problem, but it is malignant, we cannot neglect that one, because metastasis may occur. We cannot treat these conditions. They may go to death because of improvement in technology. Because of that reason, we have to identify these clinical features, then advise them to go for a doctor. A lump in the neck, sometimes growing quickly, we cannot neglect. Swelling in the neck, we should not neglect. Pain in the front of the neck, sometimes going up to the ears, we should not neglect. Hoarseness or other voice changes that do not go away. Hoarseness of the voice is common in cold and cough, but this hoarseness are persistent. This cannot be go away, it is a dangerous sign. Trouble swallowing, sometimes when we are taking food and fluids, trouble swallowing ante commonly sometimes we are having any sore throat, at that time trouble swallowing is there, but it is very constant, it is very dangerous. Trouble breathing, constant cough that is not due to a cold. Commonly we are getting cough because of cold, but there is a no cold, but is having constant cough, it may lead to thyroid cancers. Investigations: history collection, physical examination, thyroid scan, thyroid function test, biopsy with a fine needle and large bore needle, ultrasound, MRI and CT scan, radioactive iodine uptake studies, thyroid suppression test. These are the investigations for thyroid cancers. History collection: what type of history we have to collect in the clinical features? If swelling of the neck or lump in the neck is there, since how many days the person is having this swelling or anything, if it is growing or not, if there is a pain, and then other symptoms like hoarseness of the voice, when they develop this hoarseness of voice, then cough, having cold or not, like that we have to collect the history. Then physical examination, thyroid scan test, thyroid function, biopsy. After taking this fine needle biopsy, we can send this sample to histopathological examination if there is it is a benign or malignant. Ultrasonography, MRI and CT scan, radioactive iodine uptake studies and thyroid suppression test. Then medical management: thyroid replacement therapy, chemotherapy, radiation therapy, radioactive iodine therapy and drug thyroxine therapy. What is radio iodine therapy means? Indications for this radio iodine therapy: after surgery to destroy any residual thyroid cancer cells or residual normal thyroid tissue. Okay, ante after surgery, it is complete thyroidectomy కానీ partial thyroidectomy కానీ, it is based on the surgical procedure to any day to destroy any residual thyroid cancer cells or residual normal thyroid tissue. To treat thyroid cancer that has spread to the lymph nodes, lungs or bones. Okay. To treat thyroid cancer recurrence after initial treatment by surgery or previous radioactive iodine or both. Okay. Recent American Thyroid Association guidelines recommended radio iodine ablations for patient with stage 3 or stage 4 diseases. At that time we can give this radio iodine therapy. All patients with stage 2 disease above 45 years. Selected patient with stage 1 disease, those with large tumor that is above 1.5 centimeters, multifocality, residual disease, nodal metastasis. Thyroxine therapy. Recent meta-analysis supported the efficacy of TSH suppression in preventing adverse clinical effects. We are giving this thyroxine therapy. If the patient is on thyroxine therapy, that is high risk patients are maintained at this thyroid stimulating hormone level below 0.1 micro unit per liter. Low risk patients, TSH level at or below the normal range, that is 0.1 to 0.5 micro unit per liter they have to maintain. Then the degree of thyroid suppression is dictated by balancing the risk of recurrent thyroid cancer and subclinical thyrotoxicosis, particularly the cardiovascular risks. If the patient is having thyroid carcinoma, okay, the patient is underwent surgeries like thyroidectomy. The patient is on already chemotherapy and radiotherapies or radio iodine therapies or having other medical management like this thyroxine. But at the same time we have to maintain the other complications. If the patient is having other endocrine problems like any diabetes mellitus, then hypertension, cardiovascular risks, we have to maintain at the same times to prevent other complications rather than the thyroid cancers. Then surgical procedures ఏవంటే thyroidectomy ఒకటి, modified neck redissection one more, then more extensive radical neck dissection. In the majority of cases surgery is limited to a open biopsy to exclude lymphomas. Okay. Some persons they need thyroidectomy based on their disease condition, how it spreads. Modified neck redissection depends upon the surgeon. Radical neck dissection, sometimes they need only biopsy. Okay, thyroidectomy. Already you know all surgeries they need pre-operative, intraoperative and post-operative care. But post-operative care is very important to prevent the post-operative complications like wound infection, pain, injuries, inflammation, then hemorrhage from the site, then prognosis, gaping of the sutures. So many things comes under this post-operative management. You write assignment on pre-operative, intraoperative and post-operative management of thyroidectomy. Okay. Here acute pain is one nursing diagnosis. Risk for impaired airway clearance is one nursing diagnosis. Impaired verbal communication, risk for injury, risk for infection, knowledge deficit, anxiety, altered family coping patterns. These are the important nursing diagnosis related to thyroidectomy. Okay. Why acute pain? Risk for impaired airway clearance. Why? Because the thyroid gland is present in the neck. It is anterior to the trachea. Because of that reason, after surgery, impaired airway clearance is important. Verbal response also because of surgical procedures. Injuries. Okay. What are the interventions? If the patient is having pain, what we have to do? Verbal and non-verbal reports of pain. Okay. Because of surgery, some patients may capacity of the patient. Some patient may will give verbal verbal response and some with the communication, నాన్ కమ్యూనికేటింగ్ ద మెసేజ్ అంటే సైగల్ చేసి చూపించడం అలాంటి వాటి వల్ల దే విల్ ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ దేర్ పెయిన్. అంటే లొకేషన్ వేర్ ఇంటెన్సిటీ బై యూసింగ్ ద న్యూమరికల్ రేటింగ్ స్కేల్స్, ఫేషియల్ ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్ స్కేల్స్ ఫర్ ఎవాల్యుయేటింగ్ ద పెయిన్. ఓకే, వాట్ ఈస్ ద పొజిషన్ ఆఫ్టర్ సర్జరీ అంటే semi-fowler's position. If the patient is in semi-fowler's position, the head and neck should be supported with the sandbags or small pillows. Okay, prevent hyper extension of the neck and protects the integrity of the sutures. Nowadays we are using pillows are available, because of that reason we are using pillows, not sandbags. If pillows are not available, we can use sandbags. Okay, అంటే హైపర్ ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ ఆఫ్ ద నెక్ వీ షుడ్ అవాయిడ్. హెడ్ అండ్ నెక్ ఈజ్ ఎ న్యూట్రల్ పొజిషన్ మెయింటైన్ చేయాలి. దెన్ పొజిషన్ చేంజింగ్ ఈజ్ వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. నెక్స్ట్ ప్రివెంట్ స్ట్రెస్ ఆన్ ద సూచర్ ఈజ్ వన్ మోర్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఓకే, keep cowbell frequently needed items within easy reach. Limit stretching and muscle ache. Okay, these are the children. In this slide last letters are not there, but here verbal and the management, verbal response, semi-fowler's position, head and neck. Okay, cowbell. Then okay, after surgery you have to give cool liquids or soft foods such as ice creams, because they are the soothing the sore, they will give soothing of the sore throat. Then soft foods may be tolerated better than liquids. Then because difficulty in swallowing, encourage the patient to use relaxation techniques, guided imagery, soft music, progressive relaxation, help refocus attention and assist the patient to manage pain and discomfort more effectively. Then last one, administer analgesics throat sprays and lotions as necessary, reduces pain and discomfort, enhances, provide ice collar if indicated, reduces the tissue edema and decrease the perception of pain. This is the pain management. What is the management of pain? First we have to assess where the pain exactly, location. Then by using the rating scales like numerical rating scales, facial expression scales. After that one, position of the neck, that is semi-fowler's position is important. Support the head and neck with the sandbags or by using the pillows. Then hyper extension of neck we should avoid. Then tell the patient to then administration of this analgesics, antibiotics to prevent infections and give soft liquids. Then diet, because difficulty in swallowing is the one of the problem, and they explain the patient to use relaxation techniques to reduce the stress. Okay, always again nursing diagnosis like acute pain, ineffective airway clearance, impaired verbal communication, anxiety and knowledge deficit. Then acute pain management. What is pain? Ante unpleasant sensory and emotional experience arising from actual or potential tissue damage or described in the terms of such damage is known as acute pain. Already in pain class we are discussed about what is the pain. How the patient will get this pain ante surgical interruption or manipulation of tissues or muscles, post-operative edema. Then complications, when carcinoma is untreated it becomes fatal. Already death, hemorrhage, hematoma formation. Okay, this is about the thyroid cancer. What is thyroid cancer? Abnormal proliferation of the cells. Types of thyroid cancers: papillary, follicular, medullary and anaplastic cancers. Then what is the treatment? Thyroid surgical treatment, thyroidectomy, modified radical resections. Then sometimes they need only biopsies. Then management, the chemotherapy, radiotherapy, radioiodine therapy and thyroxine treatment is the treatment. Then nursing management, already history and physical examination. Then right assignment on pre-operative, intraoperative, post-operative management of this thyroid carcinomas. Then complications when carcinoma is untreated, it becomes a fatal. Death, hemorrhage and hematoma formation. Students, already I have given assignment on diet rich in calcium. 90 students, not only my group. Each and every student, you have responsibility to submit assignments, because when the college is opened, we don't know. Your submission may you, because of your submission you will get internal marks. You are not submitting anything, you cannot get any internal marks. Okay, be careful about that. You submit assignment on diet rich in calcium, diet rich in iodine, and pre-operative, intraoperative and post-operative management of patient with this thyroid cancer without fail. Kirtana and Aruna, you both are the leaders, and 4 group leaders are there. One group for one group leader. You tell them to your group students, you have to submit my assignments to my mail only, 90 students. At that time only I will give this internal marks for HOD, otherwise I won't give any marks. Okay, thank you children.